Alright then, hello and welcome back to TNN Motorsports Hardcore TR. What does the TR stand for? It stands for Terrific Raisins. Of course it does. Moving on to the next race then, we are in Florida, or Indonesia as it was known in Max Power Racing, and we do have a new truck as well. We have a Land Rover Defender lookalike. I don't think we've unlocked anything else, no. Upon further inspection and a comment that was left on the previous episode, yeah, this is a PT Cruiser looking thing. I wouldn't class that really as a 4x4, to be fair, but oh well. Each to their own, I suppose. So yeah, here we go then. The first race in Florida, or Indonesia. Some of the aspects of this track has been changed compared to Max Power Racing. There's a few more dips and puddles and this, that and the other. But the track is still pretty much the same. You still get the slowdown during the area with the villages, which is to be expected. I was having a conversation as well the other day about the differences between the original PlayStation version of this game and, of course, this port. And, yeah, you can definitely tell, looking at the original footage, that the slowdown issues that this game has was never really present on the original PlayStation release of TNN. But then it wouldn't do, because it was pretty much a port that had been edited, or not a port as such, it was just an edited version of Max Power Racing, or C3 Racing, and playing that game, you hardly got any slowdown when you're going into the villages, so yeah, it's a little bit strange. Again, it is purely down to the poor emulation that this PC port has. And there is a wall there, apparently. Gotta love the hitboxes. They work really well. But yeah, I do like the livery on this Land Rover. This is one of the only cars that has like a racing livery-esque. For some weird reason. It reminds me there was a livery similar to this on an old, what was it, a Land Rover Discovery. And it had the Warn winches, W-A-R-N. They are a company that creates winches for 4x4s. And it was blue and yellow. Mostly blue though. And it looked really, really cool. And that's what this livery reminds me of. But there you go. So that was a pointless little story, but oh well. 99.99% of everything that comes out of my mouth is more or less pointless. So yeah, you can see the puddles we went through then. You didn't have that many puddles, and this one here as well, in Indonesia on Max Power. You had a couple, but not that many. Unfortunately, from what I can tell, is that the dirt and mud that is caked on the bottom of your car does not get washed off either. Which it did on Max Power Racing and C3. But for this one, no, they didn't bother coding that in, I don't think. Not unless they want to simulate that the higher center of gravity, or the just a higher suspension of the vehicles, that it doesn't wash the mud off. I'm not sure. I don't think they would have gone into that much detail, though, to be fair. Well, at least we're leading. Oh, wow, look at that slowdown then. Bloody hell. That almost took me by surprise. I was like, okay, everything's running fine, and then, oh, my word. We've gone into bullet time. The bridge is sort of morphing through the vehicle as well. Yep, so you're going through the water, and the mud is still there. So, that's good. But then, I guess, having to... Oh, almost went through the floor there. Having to model new vehicles and stuff for this game, I suppose, you know, give them some credit. They did put in a little bit of effort, and changing some of the facilities of the tracks as well. Yeah, we can forgive them their slight discrepancies with some of the handling and the slowdown and the terrible physics. And they did put damage modeling on the cars as well, so I guess that is a plus. Most games, if they had like a rubbish port, they wouldn't even bother with adding damage to the cars, so Oh well. Not to worry, we'll just move on to race number 2. That was a fairly easy win. Nothing to complain about on that one. And again, gotta put the name in, of course. Right, next race, have we unlocked anything else? Apart from race number 2, yes, we have a new truck. I keep doing the same thing, going the wrong way. And, yeah, we got the, I used to call the PT Cruiser a boot. That's a Ghiaccio. Okay. Because it always reminds me of, like, the old 1940s, 1950s, like, mafia-type cars, like Al Capone's car or something like that. I always called it, like, it looked like a boot. But that's just me. Because I'm a little bit strange like that. But what else is new? So, yeah, this one, I think this is the same direction that we're going, or it might be backwards, I can't remember. But yeah, this car looks like a PT Cruiser. I didn't mind the PT Cruiser, to be fair. I mean, a lot of people hated it. They said it was, like, really ugly looking, but playing Gran Turismo 3 way back, a millennia and such ago, playing Gran Turismo 3, the PT Cruiser was the first car I bought. And of course that one, I don't think you could change the colour on that one. Oh, you could change the colour. I was thinking of the what was it, the Ford Mustang. But yeah, I always picked the PT Cruiser and had it in like a petrol blue coloration. And he went okay, I suppose. You souped him up a bit. Handled well. Well, besides the understeer that he had. And it was also the car of choice when I made a racing league on Forza Motorsport 2. Which was called the Cruiser Crew. I think I've mentioned this before. But yeah, it was all the cars exactly the same. They only had 3 gears because we'd only drive around the very short Sidewinder tracks, or the snake tracks as they were known on Forza 2. And we would do 100 lap endurance races around the shortest of the Sidewinder tracks. And of course, we only had the 3 gears, so it was ideal. And we'd have a full lobby every single time. I mean, granted, there was only a maximum of 8 cars on the grid, and 8 people could join, but yeah, it was always good fun. And when Forza 3 and 4 came out, always used to create leagues. And the majority of the time, it would always be around the Nordschleife. I loved the Nordschleife. I put in so many laps, over 1,000 or so laps, practicing around that track. I knew it off by heart. Probably don't now. But on the Forza days, yeah, that was my track of choice. I loved that circuit. And we'd have, you know, always full lobbies. And then you get some jackass that would come in and try and just crash everyone. And start bitching and moaning about every little thing that we were doing. It was sort of like, well, you're turning around the track the wrong way to crash into people. You can't say shit. So, but then you get that in any race. There's been so many times in lobbies on Automobilista 2, playing that game, and you always get some moron just driving around the track backwards. And I'm sat there thinking, what is the point in forking out 40-50 pounds on a sim racing game just to drive around backwards to crash into people? If you want to do that kind of crap, buy Wreckfest, because that's what the game is for. I cannot understand it. A lot of people I speak to as well can't understand it either. There is absolutely zero point. If you want to wreck cars, exactly do what I said. Go and buy Wreckfest or Crumple Zone or something like that. Play Destruction Derby on the PlayStation 1. Do whatever. But don't buy sim games just to crash people, because that is just pathetic. Anyway, that's my rant over. Another victory. Total time 3:21 and something. I couldn't really see what the other one was because it faded out too quickly. But we should get another car for this one as well. And of course. Yay. Right, next race, the final one. And yes, we have another car, and I actually moved the cursor around the right way this time. Hooray, it's the Indigo. Which is certainly not a, is that a Ram? It looks very similar to a Ram. If it was red, it would look like the truck from Twister. And that was definitely a Dodge Ram, I believe. Or just a Ram, whatever. Is it a Dodge Ram, or is it just a Ram? I don't know. Answers on a postcard, please. And it's foggy. Hooray. Now, I wonder if we'll have a proper frame rate this time, or if it's just gonna be a clunky mess. And right off the bat is a clunky mess. Oh my word, this slowdown is utterly awful. Right, what's the leader driving? I bet he's in the PT Cruiser. Yes, he is. Oh well. Now, that's the problem that I have with this game and the slowdown, is that this is the controls, as I mentioned, they become unresponsive. And what I mean by that is that your inputs get eaten to some extent, but when the game frees up, the car carries on turning in the direction that you were turning prior to the game slowing down. So you get that weird wobbling effect, and it is really awful. And then when the game frees up, it's, you know, it's fine. The car handles fine, but yeah, just eaten inputs or laggy inputs. The car responds about half a second after you've tried turning when the game lags. This is the underground passage with the water. Again, we don't have to worry about any of that because the car just replaces itself. And again, look at this slowdown. And I didn't turn there, not really. I just went slightly round to the right to turn, and it went full lock. And a new lap record, hooray, we're going to have to input our name again. And another invisible wall, okay. Great. I bet that was like a single pixel that was on the corner of the dirt bank. And again, there, see? Just come to a complete dead stop. How far are we in front? Oh, we're quite a distance in front, so don't have to worry. Through the lag village. Every track needs a lag village. Oh god. There we go. Truck doing its weird shenanigans again. My word. The glare. When you go through some sections, the glare of the fog, it just makes everything totally, completely dark all around you. It really messes with your eyesight as well. Sort of half blinds you. Ooh. Through the lag tunnel. You had the tunnel of love, now we got the tunnel of lag. We're 0.3 of a mile ahead, and there we go, another victory. 3 wins out of 3. Spectacular. And that is it. That is Florida/Indonesia complete. We just get to the good old name input once again. And there we go. So next time then, Florida is complete. Next time I believe we unlocked, that would be, Northern California, I think. Texas we've done. Louisiana we've just unlocked. I believe Northern California is Brazil, as it was known on Max Power Racing. So that is what we'll do next. And of course we'll do Louisiana afterwards, which I think is Rome. I believe Louisiana was Rome. Don't quote me on that, I might be completely wrong. but I think it is. And if it is the case, then all the night tracks that were on Max Power Racing, you see like bar neon signs all over the buildings. It's really quite humorous. But anyway, that was Florida complete, and we'll be back next time for Northern California, and I will see you all then. So thank you very much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time. Take care, stay safe, and bye for now.